Hey folks, welcome to another video with me, Andy. As you can see, I've got the GoPro up here. I'm actually looking at the GoPro screen down here, but you can't see that. But got the GoPro here. Well, anyway, welcome to another video. First of all, if you like the video, please leave a like. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. Without any further talk, let's get on with the perfect worm. This is basically the reason why it's called a perfect worm. Obviously, it's not a perfect worm or perfect fly. It's mainly just because we're using this perfect rubber. Great material, really like it, and works very well for worms. So, don't know whether the GoPro will focus it or not, but that's the perfect rubber, and I'll put it down here as well. And it's basically like olivey with speckles running through it. So the hook we're using here, this one is a W633 by Troutline. Actually using one of our new loon bobbin holders here. Never used them before, well, not very much. Used them for a couple of flies, but we'll give it a go. And we're going to start, this is actually some olive Vivas thread. I'll have to move it back. Olive Vivas thread, this is a 140 denier, it's quite thick. And we're going to start this thread just at the eye here. Just do a few turns to secure it in, and then we'll trim off the excess. Now we're going to grab some of our perfect rubber. And we'll just trim off a length. If anyone out there is like crazy about how long I make my legs, I'm just going to measure it for you. So these are, just if I actually have them the right way around, these are 9 centimeters. So I'm just basically going to put these on top, get the length of the legs that I want, and then turn over the top, another turn, and then pull slightly, and that'll just keep the legs in check for you. Now, actually going to use different material for the actually just going to use normal olive spam flex for the rib. I just don't like, for some reason I don't like the perfect rubber rib as a rib, so I don't really use it as a rib. And I'm going to tie the rib in there as well, and then we can just stretch them very slightly and then wind our thread down the body. So just keep winding down the body until you get towards the back of the fly. I'm going to take a turn underneath. That's basically just to try and hold everything up slightly at the back. Next material, I'm going to tie in this, which is, it's actually some, this is actually the ice blue pearl tinsel, but it's like a UV basically. It's not like a pearl, it's just UV really. And if I can find the end of it, which is here somewhere, there it is, get some of that off. And then we're going to tie this in at the back. This is actually going to create like an underbody, so you get a nice UV glow coming through. So we're going to put that at the back, and just take some touch and turns forward, just to get that nice smooth body. Try and get that tinsel out of my way. Now when you get towards the head, if I can get this tinsel out of my way, go on tinsel, there we go, play ball. I'm going to try and grab all 3 strands. That's not going to work, so what I'm going to have to do is just go solid, trim off that, and we'll have a slight little bump there. And take your thread forward. I'm just going to actually straighten this out. I'm going to keep pulling this very slightly. That tinsel's really getting on my nerves. That's what happens when you fly tying though, some things just don't play ball. Take your turn in front. Now grab your UV tinsel, and then just touch and turns, wind this UV tinsel down the body. And when you get to the head, lift the legs up, pull it round in front. You can do a turn over the top, and then pull everything back, do another turn. And to make sure it doesn't slip while you're doing your rib, just do a whip finish, 1 turn whip finish. Come in and trim off the excess, and now we can grab our rib material. Now just start ribbing it up. You can pull this as tight or have it as loose as you want, totally up to you. Just do even turns with the rib up the body. And as you can see there, that last turn wasn't great, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take that back down. I'm just going to do very slightly smaller gaps in between my rib section, and then I can finish that behind the eye. Now come over the top of your rib material, and then what I'm going to do is pull it with my left hand, pull everything back, and then come over the top, and that'll lock that in. Grab your whip finish tool, there's a 5-turn whip finish. Now pull your rib tight, trim off your excess thread. And now what we're going to do, I'm just going to check the leg length, because the rear legs are a lot longer than the front legs. So I'm just going to make them around about the same length, which is about there. And there is your almost finished fly. What we're going to do now is grab some varnish. Oops, it is. I just knocked my box with the camera on it. Come in with your varnish and just treat the body. And what this is actually makes the UV like shine a lot more. So just work this varnish just round. And then what we'll do, we'll place this to one side. I've got like my little foam block here, and I will show you a finished one, which I will just grab. I'll put that finished one on the vise. That one there is a dry one. As you can see, it's a great looking worm pattern. Give this one a go, honestly, it really works. How I fish these is either on a floating line with a very slow retrieve, or alternatively you can have it on an intermediate or sink tip, and you can vary with the retrieve to slow, to twitchy, to really fast. But normally these 4-legged ones I tend to fish a little bit slower, like the 8-legged ones or 6-legged ones, they're the ones I tend to fish faster. So anyway, thank you very much for watching the video, everyone. Hope you're all doing well during this lockdown crap as normal, and I will see you all on the next one. Ciao.